Kasi nagiging Goldilocks, di ba? Pag sobrang... Enrile will be serving another Marcos, this time as the incoming president's legal advisor. Two other officials, outgoing Justice Secretary Menardo Guevarra and retired General Jose Faustino Jr., have also been appointed to key posts. Local government officials in Davao City are busy putting the final touches on the inauguration of Vice President-elect Sara Duterte come Sunday. And in sports, the Golden State Warriors clinched their fourth NBA title in 8 years after ending the Celtics' run in Game 6, 103-90. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. The incoming administration has announced 3 more appointments to key positions. Marlene Alcaide with the details.
Former Senate President Juan Ponce Enrile will be back in the political scene after President-elect Bongbong Marcos chose him as the next presidential legal counsel. 98-year-old Enrile retired from politics in 2016 after serving for 50 years. He served as Justice Secretary and Defense Minister during the term of Marcos Jr.'s father. In a statement, Enrile vowed to devote his time and knowledge to help the president-elect succeed. Meanwhile, outgoing Justice Secretary Menardo Guevarra will be the Solicitor General. Guevarra said he feels that the job suited him better, citing his 25 years of law firm practice. He studied law at the Ateneo de Manila University and placed second in the 1985 bar exams. When asked about handling the ill-gotten wealth cases and unpaid estate taxes of the Marcoses, he said all the cases are already in courts and he will stick to what is prescribed under the law. Former AFP Chief of Staff Jose Faustino will also be part of Marcos Jr.'s cabinet. Faustino retired on November 12, 2021, and since a 1-year ban on appointment is in effect, he will first serve as Defense Senior Undersecretary and Officer in Charge, and would later on assume the position of DND Secretary by November 13th. For News 5, Marlene Alcaide, we are One News.
And to talk to us more about his nomination to the Department of National Defense, we have with us retired General Jose Faustino Jr. over the line. Good evening, sir. First off, were you surprised or did you expect this appointment?
Of course, I was surprised. And there are a lot of, I think, candidates for the position. Well, I'm so grateful to the president, to President-elect Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. for my appointment as the Senior Undersecretary in OIC of DND. Really, it's an honor for me.
All right, and having said that, General, did the President-elect already give you some marching orders? What will be your priorities over at the DND?
Yeah, as an appointee of the President, I am just the alter ego of the President, and all policies will emanate from our President-elect and, of course, as the Commander-in-Chief. So we will wait for, but I base I am basing my direction on the policy statements already made by our President. And, of course, I will be guided by the President's vision of a strong nation through national unity, economic recovery, and nation building.
All right, let's talk about threats and challenges. What do you think will be the biggest threats in handling the country's security and defense in the next 6 years?
Well, we have our security challenges at the moment, which is the internal conflict that we have, borne about by the local terrorist groups, and of course the New People's Army, the CPP and PNDF. We also have the territorial defense, the security challenges when it comes to territorial defense. And one, I think, very important aspect when it comes to security challenges is the climate change. Also, of course, we're concentrating. When I was still the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, we are giving more emphasis also on cybersecurity, and of course our law enforcement support operations to the Philippine National Police when it comes to criminality and drugs. I think that's it. These security challenges that I think we will be facing at the present and in the near future.
All right, I'm going to ask you about China in just a bit, but let's speak about threats first. Former Senator Juan Ponce Enrile has already agreed to be the legal advisor of the president or incoming President Marcos, flagged a supposed threat against the incoming president, BBM. Do you have any additional information on this, or have you been briefed on this?
Honestly, no, because of the designation or the appointment just came this morning, and right now I'm not in a position to discuss that. And I think for practice that we have when I was still in the service, our intelligence units or intelligence communities are taking a look into it.
All right, now moving on to matters of territory. Along with the Department of Foreign Affairs, your office will be handling issues in the West Philippine Sea. Has the incoming president discussed this with you? I'm going to ask, even though you've just said that, the appointment just came in this morning.
Yes, I think we haven't discussed much on issues on the West Philippine Sea or the South China Sea with the president. But I'm taking my cue from his pronouncements. We have to lessen or to reduce the tension in those areas. And the statement of President-elect Marcos is very clear. Of not a single square inch will be surrendered, but will to anybody. But besides that, we will have to continue to engage China. So I'll take my cue from that. And as you said, this is a convergence and a collaboration of efforts that will involve different departments, not only the Department of National Defense.
Right. I suppose that policy will be taking a firmer shape in the coming months or weeks. Moving on now to matters of counterinsurgency, General Faustino, do you have any plans or any ideas on how to battle, one of our issues, which you yourself said is on the forefront, which is counterinsurgency? Yeah, all right.
I think the advantage that I have right now is that I just retired last year, so I am should we say current when it comes to the insurgency or counterinsurgency campaign that we have right now. With that, I think the president already made a statement that the continuation of the LCAP And the best practices that was done during the last administration will be continued when it comes to counterinsurgency.
Right, and have you spoken to, maybe not, but what are your plans, to work with incoming National Security Advisor Clarita Carlos? And how do you think this working relationship between you two will be like, considering her civilian background?
Yes, let me inform everybody that Professor Clarita Carlos was my professor when I took up a course at the National Defense College of the Philippines, and I have nothing but respect to Professor Carlos. And with that being said, the relationship with our National Security Advisor will be more of a collaborative and consultative relationship. I'm sure that I will learn a lot from our National Security Advisor appointee, Clarita Carlos.
All right. Thank you for sharing your time and insights with us. Retired General Jose Faustino Jr. on the phone. Thank you, sir. One News Now will be back with more stories after this quick break. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Authorities are rolling up their sleeves for the inauguration of Vice President-elect Sara Duterte on Sunday. We have Marian Enriquez joining us from Davao City for an update. Hi, Maan. How are things going over there in Davao?
Yes, Sean, roads to and from the San Pedro Square here in Davao City have been closed off for Vice President-elect Sara Duterte's inauguration this weekend. The stage is being set with LED walls put up in various areas around the streets of San Pedro, CM Recto, and Anda. Davao City Police also held a send-off ceremony before the event. Around 20,000 people are expected to attend Duterte's inauguration. Hotels near the area, in fact, have already been fully booked. Duterte's gown for the event has also been delivered according to its designer, Silverio Anglaser. Anglaser says the emerald green Filipiniana is made of tulle and chiffon and features distinct embroidery. The Davao designer has been making Duterte's inauguration dresses since she won her first term as Davao mayor in 2010. Duterte will be sworn into office by Supreme Court Associate Justice Ramon Paul Hernando using a new Bible given to her as a gift. Sean, a gun ban has been in effect in the whole Davao region since yesterday, and Sara Duterte had also apologized for the heavy traffic the event might cause on Sunday. Sean?
All right, thank you so much for that update. That was Marian Enriquez reporting to us live from Davao City. Thank you, man. Catch One News's special coverage of Vice President-elect Sara Duterte's inauguration on Sunday. Tune in to Signal TV channels 8 and 250 for the live coverage on June 19, Sunday at 4 p.m. And here's a quick look at today's other top stories. The Bangsamoro Wage Board has approved a minimum wage hike across the region. Workers in both agricultural and non-agricultural sectors will be getting a 16 peso increase in their daily pay. This bumps up the daily wage rate in the BARMM to as much as 341 pesos. A fire broke out at the newly restored Manila Metropolitan Theater this morning. The blaze reached second alarm, but was immediately put out. No casualties were reported from the incident. 4 points. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.